back then I used to like just take everything for granted, my voice, you know, mostly, and late nights, not really thinking about the gift that I was given. But now, it's bed early. I don't really talk a lot when I'm on tour. I have like 3 or 4 humidifiers going on in a hotel room, air conditioner or heat off. And I vocalize every single day and do my breath work every day before my show or sound check. So yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing now. I have a whole routine where before it was just all over the place.
It's like, let's just go on and play a show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like hindsight is 2020. I mean, I just remember loving you guys right when that album came out. But like when you look back, like, look, there's been a documentary and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, were you able to appreciate any of it at the time? Because I know like the Go-Go's rise to the top really was so overnight and you guys were everywhere just nonstop for years. Like, were you able to take any of it in?
I don't think so. No, no, because we were on, it was so full on and so, we were working really, really hard. We were on tour for a year and a half straight. So, it was just like, we lived in Go-Go's world, which we were really sequestered. We had our Go-Go's bubble, and not really. I mean, we were aware that we were doing well because people would tell us, and I remember when we were opening for the Police, and Beauty and the Beat went to #1, and the Police's album went back to #6, and Sting coming in and saying congratulations. Little moments like that, but we were. I mean, if I could change anything about those early days, I would have said I would have liked to. I would have. Well, I think we should have said no to a lot of things, and that and able to sort of protect our sanity, and also take a break after Beauty and the Beat, where right after we finished, that album I went to #1, and it was like huge. It was like, okay, we need to go in the studio now, make the next album. And it's like, well, you have like 4 or 5 years to make the first album, and it's like a couple months to make the second album. So what we should have said is, no, we want a break. We went a break for a year. And I think the trajectory of that band could have been different. Yeah. Not that I'm saying that I would have, that it wasn't great, but, being that young and having that kind of success, unexpected, it's a weird thing.
What are some other things you think, or just one other thing you think you should have said no to?
I think so. I think that it's just a big no. It's just saying no to having to get back into the studio. I'm saying no, period. I mean, I've learned the hard way to say no if I feel overworked, or when I'm on the road, if they want me to go into radio stations early in the morning, I say no. I mean, back then we said yes to everything because we thought that's what we had to do. We didn't know otherwise, but now I know that I can say no. If I don't feel like doing something, I'll just say no.
Right. I think that's just this business in general. A lot of people, I think, especially in the beginning, just say yes and don't realize like you do have the power to say no.
Exactly. So, but I mean, regardless, that the Go-Go's was an amazing thing, and it was supposed to happen that way. So, and it's still going on since 1978, almost 50 years.
Yes, it is. Well, maybe this is just the universe's way, like you said, Coachella and Cruel. Maybe this is the universe's way of saying, no, Belinda, we're not done yet.
I know it could be. It could be. I mean, we always, I'm not the only one that says no, but, or is that would say this is enough. I mean, after we did those last shows, I was like, okay, where else is there to go? I mean, we can't just do it for the money. I mean, that's not the right, that's not a good incentive. You have to really want to do it and really be excited about it. And we're excited about this.
That's good. Well, through Coachella, I think especially, and, like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the documentary, like, I've been to some of your recent shows, both solo and with the Go-Go's. There are, young people there. Not that we're not young, but there are people in their 20s, and it's not just people that I see with their parents. It really is like, so what do you attribute that to? There are there's like the 20
Right.
somethings that have found you and the Go-Go's.
Oh yeah, I see all ages. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's just really good, solid, timeless pop music. People respond to that, and I think that's just the bottom line. The songs are really good. And I know sometimes I'm shocked when I see, I guess, that two young like teenage boys in the front singing the words to like more obscure songs, and I thought, oh my God, their parents must have been a fan, and they must have like, it's just to like the music because it's good.
Do you have a favorite obscure song, like you say, that didn't become a hit? That, I mean, I know there's record companies and we all know how that works, but just a song or two that you think would have been just great to be a hit, or is one
Right.
of your favorites?
I think of my first solo album, Since You've Gone, is a really, that should have been a single, I think. And um, I think my song that I just recently had out, Big Big Love, which did actually pretty well, but that song, it's a really great, solid pop song. I wasn't disappointed, but I thought really did have the potential to be really huge, like Heaven. But those kind of moments, I don't know, maybe not as big as Heaven, because there's in my career when I've been in the studio, there's always been that one song that you think, oh, if the stars are aligned, and what else is, depending on what's going on in the world, this could be a big hit. But and that's, Heaven was like that. Circle in the Sand, Mad About You, We Got the Beat. Yeah,
The stars just aligned.
yeah, they did.
Well, getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was such a big, thing. There was, all those years before when people like myself and many people would say, like, how could the Go-Go's not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? We all just assumed, Cher just got inducted. I mean, she famously once said, even if they ask me now, I'm going to say no. I mean, apparently, I guess that changed, like,
So good too. Yeah.
right. Like, what do you think it is with people like you, the Go-Go's, Cher, like where it's just like certain bands that should have it much earlier? I mean, it's not a timing thing that just fall through the cracks.
Right. Well, I know what ours was without naming names, because we were very, very disliked by some of the men who headed up the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Very disliked. I think so. And I heard through the years the Go-Go's will get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over my dead body. So when that person left the Rock Hall committee as the head of the Rock Hall, we got